I'm here. I'm semi-ready. I figured it was best to start now than artificially waste an hour. Plus, it's not like anyone's had any commute. Ooh, I got some auto-hosting! I'm doing a little dance, you can't see it yet. Thank you, Alkesh and Leaky, for the auto-hosts. Anyone that's not done auto-hosting before may have to manually host first. Unsure. Also, it may have something to do with the order, because it was fine with someone and didn't host. Fine with Jesse and didn't host Leaky. I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. But yes, so today's stream is brought to you by the letters CRAB and Lockdown. And also Hi Ray, Hype. Yes, this stream is funded by wrong window. I want to say Leaky, but I need to check. Leaky and Anonymous. We are skipping a playthrough of the Clocker, though that will be coming back because Kentucky Route Zero came up on my CRAB list. Which is basically TA Intro Achievements' new competition / challenge / community thing. It's like a solo version of UHH. So basically that means that I have all of the story achievements. I have 6 which require me to complete an entire game. Most of these games are bean dove. Hi Leaky, hi Dan. Oh, and thank you for the host, Dopey. So yeah, I've got 6 complete entire games. I've got 12 miscellaneous action ones. I've got 7 that are collectible stuff, some of which requires collecting quite a lot of things. And then I've got 5 storyline type achievements, which means they are play the game, you will get this, but it may take a while. For example, in this one I have to complete Act 3. There are 5 acts. I've not started the game. So over the next month we will be doing also Hey Jessie, I think we will be doing crab streams. I'm going to giggle. I also really wish I had the plush crab that's at my mum's, because that would be kind of fun. So I have literally no idea what to expect with this game. I mean, it says TV edition, it's by a cardboard computer, there's a picture of a dog with a straw hat on it, and it really does help if I turn my controller on so I can enter the game. Come on. There we go. So, yeah. I also probably should create a group with the games for this in, but I have not done that yet. There are 30 games, 30 achievements. It's going to take a long time. I may not stream all of them. I mean, one of them is basically grind 20 kills on Plants vs Zombies, the newest one. So, hi. And that's going to be incredibly boring to watch. But anyone that's play through the story, I probably will, though I may make use of some guides. You want me to stream them all? Okay, fine. We're going to have some really boring streams then. Okay, choose a slot. A blank notebook, a blank videotape, a blank audio tape. Well, let's go with the notebook. Why not? Okay, Dan requests all of the streaming, all of the grindies. We will do the best we can, provided, you know, there is one thing, you know, depending on how long I last, because I'm fairly certain that I have this virus thing, so we will see. There may need to be caveats on it. So, Act 1, Scene 1. Also, yeah, I did unmute the mic. Everyone can hear me, and Equus Oils. And hopefully the game, there's Tweety Birds. Well, effectively, yes. Oh, I realised that was a reaction to the virus thing. Yeah. Okay, there's a dog. Can I pet the dog? An old hound in a straw hat. Both have seen better days. Okay. There is a truck. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its sides are the words Lizette's Antiques. Furniture, glassware, curiosities. So the game's quite quiet. Ooh. 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 Ooh, field notes. Oh, I like that. 5 Dogwood Drive. Okay. Options. Text. Steady. Text size human. Okay. Audio. Let's up the volume a little bit. Let's add some captions. Remember. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Brightness. Let's make it a little bit brighter. Controls. Show controls. Take. Oh, this looks quite cool. Take the Xbox One controller in both hands. Just sit and feel the weight of it for a moment. It's nice, right? It melts right into your muscles. Yeah, it looks good on you. You're a natural. I should mention that you can scroll this window using the right stick. So what's next? It's up to you, but here are some things to try. Move with the left stick. Change selection with the right stick, D-pad bumpers or triggers. Press A to perform the selected action. Press B to cancel or to advance captions. Press Y to view ephemera! I know how that word sounds. Such as driving directions. Press X to quickly highlight an accessory when available. Ooh, quickly. I don't like the idea of quickly. Menu button to pause. Hope that helps. There's something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't seem to remember what it is. I'm sure it's not important. Okay, that's really cool. Oh god, there's multiplayer. Jeez. Okay, so, right. What did chat? Hi, Paul. Yes, you don't see that option in menus very often, do you, Dan? Very meditative, but yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, I live in London. I was on the tube until the, you know, working from home thing, so, you know, it's one of those inevitabilities, I think. No matter how many times I wash my hands and they fall apart, you know. They've got holes in them. But anyway, I don't think it's serious. But we'll see. Of course, advice, don't read anything about symptoms, because it'll just make you feel really scared. But yes, holy hands. Indeed. Okay. Attendant, right. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is grey and his glasses darkened. No, not holy water, soapy water. Damn. Did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I dunno, beer bottles, whiskey, lost a tire or something and spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? Ooh, okay. His name is Homer. Her name is Blue. Just some dog, I don't know his name. Okay, her name is Blue. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. I've been driving... Oh, hang on. Alright, this is... I'm just reading it, and it's like, okay, right. I've got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. Yeah, it's the truth. You've got to stop and breathe in that road. I bet you're not driving out. I bet when you're out driving, you let your eyes wander up the tree line, and you just wail. I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. How long have you been working here? I've been working here a number of years. It's pretty okay, you know. I have an advanced degree and a few publications. It's pretty okay here. Listen, you and Blue would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there, you gotta take the Zero. The Zero is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'd be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. You're judging my accent. This is my truck stop guy accent. The basement door is back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. And oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Random lapses. You know me, my accents, they're not necessarily massively, what's the word I want? Not contiguous. What's the word I want? Means not the same all the time. Oi! Okay, they're not good. Thanks, Dan. Consistent! You began with a C. Thanks, Paul. Okay. Did that just say basement people? There are basement people. Emily, Ben, and Bob. Bob! Sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Emily, Ben, and Bob. Have you all... Oh, hang on. Right. Oh, sorry. I didn't know there was anyone down here. Did you hear something? No. Sorry, I was looking at the rules again. Gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. Everything is named Bob. Including the spider in the garden. I said hello to Bob today. I had to get some fresh air, even if I can't leave the house. You're named Bob? Oh, you are technically a Bob, aren't you? Also, I swear I can hear a cat. So it's your turn now, right? Oh yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Oh, it should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Okay. So they're ignoring me. Sign. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. 4. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. You have to fire up the 360. Yeah, I totally only went Xbox One and Windows games. Won mine. I didn't pick any Windows games though. Just went for Xbox One games. Figured it might give me a telltale something or other, but it didn't. Okay. What on earth is going on in here? Alright. Can I not go any further down here? Apparently not. Ooh, game piece! Hello. Conway picks up the glowy 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Let's put the light back on. Okay. Breaker! Aha! What game did you get on the 360, Dan? This is a... Oh my god, this place looks like a deer or a horse or something. Also... Oh, I stole their dice and they disappeared. Now I feel really bad. It's a freaking horse! Oh, you got loads of them. Oh, right. Are you able to stream 360 games? Because I think if you're forcing me to stream, and Jesse's going to be streaming, everyone streaming. Should be streaming. Why would we be playing Sheltered? Living it, I'm fairly certain. If whatever. Okay, so I stole their dice. That's great. And they disappeared. Yes, even Leaky streamed. Such is the state of the world. Alright. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Okay, there were some people down in your basement playing some kind of game, but they're gone now. In the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computers in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around these roads. She'll get you to the 0. The password is... Ugh, damn. I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know. You may have to redo it, Dan. Oh, well, Xbox One games are easy. You open up the Xbox menu, and you go to Start Broadcasting, and then you hit Start Broadcasting, and then that's it. So, you should be streaming some One games, definitely. Also, I've got a truck behind me. It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. Oh, Xbox headset plugged into the controller. The bog standard one that comes with the Xbox. The one I use, the Xbox One. I haven't found another one that I like. They're all too bloody heavy. You'll figure it out. Okay, apparently I'll figure out his poem. Which is great, considering I wasn't really paying attention when he was talking earlier. Conway taps a key, waking up the computer from its reverie. This is a very eloquent game. User. Joseph. Password. We wouldn't laugh at you. would enjoy you playing Overcooked. Overcooked is like the team game. We really need to. I know we did Division and that was cool and all that, but we really should do some Overcooked multiplayer, co-op, something, because that's a great game to cheer everyone up. What do we reckon? Wheels slide loose, stars drop away. I talk and listen to him talking. I think the stars drop away sounds about right. Ooh, the stars drop away. Nobody saw the... Oh, hang on. The moon throbs. Why haven't I driven over to co-op with you on the first one? Because I don't have a car. I don't know where you live. And we're on lockdown, dude! The stars drop away, the moon throbs, the lights whine. Ah! Boom! Password accepted! How's it going in there? Figure it all out? Sure you are. Alright, messages, address book, games, exit. Oh. Okay, games first. Games is not real! Games is not real. Games is not real. I mean, I know we're supposed to look in the address book for Marquez. I'm totally nosing at his messages. Message 1 is from Donald at hotmuck.mail. Message 2 is from accounts at consolidated.mail. Read message 1. There is a Milo. From Donald at hotmuckmail. Subject, fragments dim of lovely forms. There's no option for global thermonuclear war. You're disappointed. I'm sorry, Leaky. If I had like a Fallout one, I'm sure I would have that, but I don't. And there is a Milo to meet. The only slight issue there is I'm vaguely allergic to dogs. So that would be a problem. Tic-tac-toe. Message. Joseph, I know it's been a while and I know you're still sore. But there's a whole world in here and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp and we are old and lame. Never mind, I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss those days in the lab with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you've found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Tic-tac-toe. Number of players 0. Yeah. From accounts at Consolidated Mail. Can I read all your emails like that? Subject, account standing, urgent. Message, dear Equus Oils. Oh, that's why it's a horse. This is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability, Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Brownout Select. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Company. End of message. I could, but I'd probably get annoyed with myself. Film references. Yeah. Oh, someone said that Hackers was on something or other, and I meant to watch it again. I got distracted by Disney Plus that came out today. So I've so far watched The Princess Diaries, The Princess Diaries 2, High School Musical 1, and High School Musical 2. Exit messages. Games is not real. Sorry. Address book. We'll go for the address book now. You went to work. I mean, I was working. I just had those on in the background. Ooh, the 0. Address, the 0 is not real. But did you go to work, go to work? Because there's a lockdown, and if you're able... I think we probably had this conversation. I have no idea what you do. But if you're able to work from home and your boss isn't letting you, there's like a thing you can report them to, because it's lockdown. Address, Dogwood Drive is not real. Unless, like... okay, you are deemed essential. Fair enough. If your infrastructure doesn't allow it. Okay. Marquez Residence, 100 Maconda Lane. Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Can I ask what you do? Do. Sorry. I probably asked already. I have a terrible memory. Okay, I screenshotted the directions because inevitably I will forget where it said to go. Yeah! Do. Come on and join the conga. Do. You see, the benefit of watching High School Musical today was that, like, every, 20 minutes or so I stopped and had a little mini dance break. So, I got in... How many steps did I do today? Because I did a little mini dance break. I got in a whole 1,750 steps. Yesterday I did more for some reason. Okay, apparently my dance break was not enough. Last night on Nikki's stream. Yes, last night on Nikki's stream, I may have had a brief nap and missed the chat. Sales and engineering. There aren't enough laptops. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, supply. Definitely. Especially with factory stuff. I suppose if you're down to 2 people, you can keep a distance, but... Ooh, yeah. Okay, yes, that's definitely sounds essential. Definitely. I mean, not that I was questioning it, it's just more of a... I want people to be safe. Got it? Out there on Maconda somewhere? Right. Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you were down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now that the power's all wheeled over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. I prefer Heinz. I really do. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'll want it back at home. It's a nice TV. I want to see if the people are in the basement. But I did turn on the breaker, so... Maybe I should have given them back their die. I really want to have given them back their die. And I feel really bad that I didn't give them back their die. That sounds, yeah, that sounds good if they're supporting you. Oh my god, what the hell are you doing? My neighbours upstairs are trying to come through the floor. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. And it's not like I can go up and tell them off. But yeah. Sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on that road if you're gonna make your delivery. Blue, I can... Oh, no. Yes, I know the sun's gone down. Thank you very much, Joseph. Oh, Nerve's online. Hi, Nerve. Talk to Blue! Come on, Scratches behind Blue's right here. How's it going, Blue? Blue, how about a treat? Here's some jerky from the gas station attendant. He's a bit odd, isn't he? Oh! Oh! I got an achievement! Share Joseph's homemade jerky with the dog. Boom. Bob doesn't do stairs. And also, yeah. Bob is a Dalek, yes. He reminds me a bit of your old man Ira. Do you miss that guy? I mean, it's good to be essential, but I just hope you don't get sick, Dan. What do you think of this place? It's odd, I never noticed it driving by. Oh, that's good. That is, yeah, they sound vulnerable. Cool. Alright. We've talked to Blue. Gave Blue the jerky. We got our Chivo. Conway has places to go. My name's Conway. Conway makes me think of something. There's some game with Conway. Oh, crap. This is where I'm like, yeah, I pay attention to what the directions said. Where's my screenshot? What did it say? Other than Conway's Game of Life. Yes, other than that, because I don't know that. I may be mean Conroy. Yes! From the Flute Nose game! Yes. Okie dokes. What does it say? Head northeast on 65. Okay, northeast on 65. Turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. No! I want to stay on that road, thank you. Alright, turn left as soon as you see the burning tree. A tall black oak bends on a tree above the road. Okay. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain. Marquez Farmhouse! Woohoo! Directions. This is why I took a screenshot. But yes, my first achievement is, I better dog elite it. Marquez Farmhouse! Woohoo! I don't know why I'm getting excited about that. Oh, I'm cold. Stupid. Okay, Blue! Pretty dark out here, huh? Maybe you better stay down here where it's lit. Ooh, maybe I can borrow your treat up there. Hi, Elkesh! A street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. I can't help it. Graveyard? Because that's not creepy at all. Family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate Norakovsky, Padilla, and Marquez. There's a truck there. I wasn't coughing at all. Sorry. The mute button's behind my head, it's hard to reach. I should try and get the mute button before I cough next time then. Light switch. Oh, okay. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? I didn't see any owl. I know. I saw it out the window once. Big ugly thing. All sound and fury. But it's gone now. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed. And we built this one. It's very expensive and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult or do you like it much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something particular here? I'm looking for the zero. Oh, you lost. And the old blind man sent you. Is that right? Of course he did. He's nice. Did he say anything nice about me? Did he send along a gift? He said you were too smart to watch TV. That was a nice thing to say, but he was wrong. I'm not as smart as I used to be. Well, actually, I suppose I'm as smart as I used to be, but never any smarter. I don't learn anything new. I write some figures, but nothing radical. I bet he sent that old TV along with you, didn't he? Of course he did. That was clever of him. Would you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero, I know. It may be. I was hoping I could steal her TV by not telling her I had the TV. No such luck. Stole the other person's dice. Not that I know where my inventory is. Oh, hello, hello. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it that wouldn't allow you to watch ghosts? Ma thought she heard ghosts in the static. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't she? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful. No, just expressive. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised at you. Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. How does she know my name? I mean, the barn in the background has a hypnosis thing on. It's a little bit like that toad. The Hypno Toad in Futurama. Hey, hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute now. The picture on the TV. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin? That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop up north a ways by the lake, right where Pioneer and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV, but I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on the 65 heading north and take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Okay. Peoria and something. Wax and Peoria. She just disappeared, didn't she? Bloody hell. This game's weird. I didn't know what to expect, and I still don't know what to expect. And the car's gone. She just left me alone in her house. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of this room. It's cold to the touch. Oh, I've got the hiccups now. Ooh, sink. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. How long was I in this bloody house for? I didn't get a treat for the puppy. Okay. Thank you for the song. Oh, crap. I just whopped the camera. I just met the strangest lady. She seemed pretty nice. Marquez. I wonder where her folks are from. Sliding down. Okay. Conway doesn't want to stay any longer. Okay. No, I do need a very brief tea break. I will be back in a moo. I don't know why that's in my head. Right, where are we going now? Oops. Nope, 3 is not my pin number. Okie dokes. So, back on the 65 north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Or, because there was something wax in Peoria. Oh, cool, there's my dice. 15. 20! Woohoo! Crit! So I guess that answers my question as to where my So I don't know where 5 Dugwood Drive is. I also totally didn't realise there was here. Okay, off north a ways by the lake. Okay. Right, that looks like a factory. Where's the lake? Smokestacks. Large sign, partially obscured by trees, reads artificial limb factory. Okay. But I'm going to find out where this lake is. Bacon Creek, Priceville, Frenchman Knob, Raider Hill, Cub Run, Hammondsville. Why is it vibrating? Is it up by the lake? Happy Valley, Charlie Morgan. Oh, up north a ways by the lake. Could try. I mean, I know how to get back to... Oh, there's a museum there. Museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Enter the museum. Totally entering the museum. I mean, what could go wrong? Conway steps through the museum's doors. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies open on a table in the centre of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Look at the book. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A 3-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the back of the book, it is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working an antiquated adding machine, surrounded by whiskey bottles. Walk down the hallway. Conway's steps echo against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contains an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One, large, brightly coloured wing, almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. The display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It's unlit, and back in this corner of the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface, the case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region and then speculates, abruptly, about the nature of addiction. Okay, that one. Return to the entrance. Conway returns to the entrance. Walk through the glass doors. The glass doors won't budge. To apply any more force would likely break them. Falls through the doors. The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead a light switches on. After a moment it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. I've got shoes on, right? Broken glass grinds under Conway's boots as he walks down the hall. He has the feeling of being in a larger space. Very little light reaches the far end of the hallway. Don't feel the floor, it's covered in glass! Conway runs his hands along the walls. The walls are completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. That's gross. Exit the museum. Drive away. Okay. Mammoth Cave, Brownsville, Nita, Morgantown, Mullen Dam, Nita. Ooh. Airplane. Two shirtless, shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally one or the other slips a bit on the sweating asphalt, or stops to pull back his hair. The rubber is almost worn away. Soon these men will be dragging this airplane. The men are nearly broken. Okay. Peonia. Rocky Hills. Peonia and Wax. Bait shop. Woohoo! Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, "Live baits. Minnows shall..." Nope, minnows small and also large for stripers, night crawlers, chips and beer. A green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into grass, and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Read the flyer. Computer-printed type in a bold font surrounds clip art of an illustration of a TV set. The TV has eyes, arms and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against this wire antenna. TV repair, no model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Conway enters the bait shop. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods and snacks divide the wall lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. The left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Conway approaches the tanks. The 3 metal tanks aren't labelled and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely grey. The second is a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash across the surface. Conway reaches into the first tank. Conway's hand brushes against something roughly the size of his palm. Conway reaches deeper into the tank. Conway's hand comes into contact with the scaly uneven surface. As he runs his fingers along the bottom, a bead of sweat bridges the inches from his temple to the water's surface. Something bites at his forearm, he recalls. Conway reaches into the second tank. Conway's fingers slip through something fleshy but inert. The sensation is nauseating. Conway reaches into the tank. As his elbow passes into the pinkish mass, he realises he's about to be sick from the smell and pulls away. I'm waiting for my arm to get bitten off, I think. Conway reaches into the third tank. The water seems to tremble with life. Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eyes near the surface of the water, he can see something colourful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Conway reaches deeper into the tank. A tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips and up to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water is running warm under his skin now, and he has the sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop, new shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He is exhausted. They must have started before dawn. His legs are still sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter, just to get his eyes open. Then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at that place on Cumberland. The cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe, but he's all on echo now. Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, then above it to a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electronic sign has become dislodged and fallen into the water. He helps Conway to his feet, looks at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. We totally just electrocuted ourselves. Nice. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, and rods. Alright, okay, fair enough. Approach the counter. Conway approaches the counter. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. Conway asks about Shannon Marquez's workshop. Handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads TV repairs by appointment. Please consult with cashier. The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign, reads it, then points it out to Conway. Weaver, I got your message. I've left for the old mine. Don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way. Shannon. Okay. Conway asks about the baseball game. The cashier switches on the radio. An AM Sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or to drown out his questions. Drive away. Okay, the old mine. I wonder where the old mine is. Take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Okay, first right. Ooh. On-ramp. Ooh. Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. I don't know why I'm shouting. Conway brushes some dirt off Blue's hat. How's it going, Blue? Not sure that lady was right about the on-ramp to the Zero being here. Better look around there, must be down here somewhere. Let's take our time and check this out thorough, okay? Kentucky Route Zero sounds like a urban legend type situation. Act 1, Scene 4. Wow, that was quick. Oh, we're at the mine. Good. That's where Weaver and the other lady went. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Oh, okay. is an emergency. That's true. Yes, and I appreciate that, but... Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love ya. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. How's everyone else doing, anyway? Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on, and I'm looking for the on-ramp too. Are you here to kick me off the... Ooh, hang on. Ooh. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. Me too. Oh yeah? Is that what led you down here? Yeah. Debating what to do with crab. Have you got your list yet, or are you still pre-list? So I guess this place must be pretty important. Maybe I'm in the right place after all. Pre-list. You're sick of Ted Rising already. Oh. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lizette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady named of Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? Oh. So you saw her? Tonight? I know Weaver, she's my cousin, I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one that fixed televisions. Yeah, that's right. Did she tell you that, too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. It was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad worked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke and it wasn't a lie. At the time I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle, but Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. So maybe the Zero is down here somewhere? Well, maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I've got business down here myself. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening too, or anyway she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now, all told. I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here now. There's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty dimple tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. Don't want to get turned around. Then you want the dog. Dogs are great with directions. Also, hi Milo! I've got some gear down here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Sure, let's look around. Could do with that light. Come on, Blue. Come on, girl. Aww. That runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. Alright, give it a whirl. Is anyone down there? Naffing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay, even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff paired. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know. If you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here, so did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed here. Set up that lamp of yours and I'll go and plug those ceiling lights. Conway, Claire's. I heard the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well, okay, I hear ya. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the microphone. Ew, don't spit, that's gross. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with the cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. Just say something to the mouthpiece and we get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy. Just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about someone or what do you have for breakfast today? Here is a story. I used to work doing roof repair. My boss got a real big job out in Louisville. I should have taken us hour to get there. But then a thunderstorm hit and it was too late. Anyhow. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air's breathable or if it's too thin, too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Conway breathes and relaxes. A peal of feedback on loose rock engulfs him. Whoa. That was probably a really bad idea then. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Oh, okay, I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I've got you. That leg's in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Whoa. Ah, well, okay, that's some luck. Right. We should be able to round this tram right out of one of the auxiliary exits, if there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So, the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself. Anyway, this old branch was underwater last time I heard. How did that happen? Some careless miner or some other unattended machine bored through into an underground lake. The water came in pretty fast and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. Only parts of it went from there. Sanitised for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. There was gossip too. Trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off, but even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it were dark when they... You lost some people down here, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. It doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we could just keep on heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntable is from the company store. It's junk, you know. The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place. Or landmarks, I guess. I get hard to know which way is down here. It's also dim and grey. Shannon connects two clips leading from her signal generators to the turntable's electric panel. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboats, so... Pendulum and the casket, the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Oh, disconnect. So we want the animal bones and the rowboat. Oh. Pendulum and the casket, the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Okay, Leaky, did you fall asleep again? Anyone have any preferences on route? Animal bones and rowboat, pendulum and casket, or bat feeder and scarecrow? No idea. Well, it's more of a, do you have any preference? If not, I'm gonna go for the bat feeder and the scarecrow. No preference, and you're still awake and about to eat. Cool. Tracks are all messed up here. This tram ain't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Alright, we can't go that way. Back to the turntable. You're also slightly awake, are you, Leaky? Good, good, good. 9 people watching. Alright. Pendulum in the casket. Sorry. Back, that turntable. Tape player. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stacked beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. I didn't know those were still down here. What was that? Look, there's a tape player down there. One of those old reel-to-reel setups. This man was active. A couple of folk music archivists spent time here recording minor songs. Real academic, retired types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. And I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some call script to pay the miners for their songs. What happened to the archivists? They got out when the flood came, they left. I feel like if you played it backwards, it would be like, oh, Cthulhu, something, Satan. It looks like it said should begin electrocuted each time. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. Where's this place? It's a recording studio, basically, kind of thrown together, but this is where the archivists would record, and I guess that they'd sequester themselves down by that tape deck we found to listen to the recorded songs. You ever come down here? Yeah, I came down here with my parents once or twice. Play music here even when those archivists weren't around. It's a nice setup, kind of rickety, kind of dangerous I guess, but I don't know, it had a good energy, it were warm somehow, sometimes. Is your achievement a grindy one? Is that why you're running back and forth? Go backwards from the bat feeder. Yeah, I mean grindy ones. I mean, that's why I said I've got a grindy one. I only have one grindy one, I think. The others are just gonna take a freaking long time. Some of them I'll do a whole game. And some of them I might just do crab stream. And then see. Oh, fire 1,000 bullets. Oh, that's a dead end. Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near water. Could be that was an underground lake around here years ago. I guess that's why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Bones in the robot. to go back and finish this game. I was going to ask if anyone had played this. Thank God, okay. Let's go. Yeah, okay, I just... That tunnel where the tracks were broken, I'd like to take a look down there. Do whatever you need, I'll just wait for you here. Thanks, I'll be right back. Birdcage. Paper tag hangs from the birdcage by a string. Canary, 25 tokens. Canary sold at the company's store. Do they also sell respirators? No bones in the cage. The bird must be set free, or maybe the cage was cleaned. You've finished Overcooked 2, but you don't have 100% on it, because there's that... I think you've got one DLC achievement left. Unless you already did that one with Ross. It depends on how you count completion. If it's base game, then yes, you've got a completion. I'm very much a purist, all DLC setting, but understand that other people, you know. I shouldn't take your completion away. I'm sorry. That's me being smarmy. There are cardinals at the Louisville Zoo, and other birds, ostriches, eagles, emus, no canaries. Too common, too small, maybe, but they have starlings. Starlings aren't much bigger than canaries. Tape reels. A pile of tape reels is jammed into the top of the tram. They must have been thrown on in a rush. The reels are unlabelled. The tape is decayed. The Set and Ira's son Charlie talked about a piece of music he liked made with old decaying tapes. What was it called? Something about... Charlie had the most bizarre taste in music. Weird, noisy, computer music. Where did he even hear that stuff? Louisville, probably. Or college. He was a smart kid. Damn pity. Oh dear, did he die? Notebooks. The notebook at the top of this dusty stack is labelled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looked like it might say horses. Houses, maybe? Or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lizette has immaculate handwriting, pristine and measured cursive, never a stray mark. For the last several months she filled out the receipts for each order, since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip. It's carbon paper anyway, it's bound to wear away over time. They're so precise about their records, they should put it on the computer anyway. Ooh, exit. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labelled J. Marquez, the green one is labelled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabelled. Blue one first. Conway opens the blue notebook. The notebook is full of Greek letters, cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be an esoteric German shorthand is actually a love poem written in anagrams. Conway opens the red notebook. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically into margins. A few pages are lined more evenly, and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and cold walls. Conway opens the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of... Oh yeah, this place! These notebooks are labelled marqueurs. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ready. You don't mind my itching a ride, do you? I kind of got a lift out here and wasn't sure if where I'd be heading back. I can drive. I can handle that. Okay, your decision. I still need to find the zero. It's like I told you, Weaver doesn't lie. If she set you here to find your own ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough and that's not exactly what she said. I saw Weaver at my workshop that's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia. Back at the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse, whichever you want to head to first. Just let me know. Lizette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck. This is my truck. Blue. Blue, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you, Blue. I've got some dry banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? Take care of your friend, dear, and there's more where that came from. Yay, Blue got more food. Conway gets back on the road. Okay. Oh, guitar player. A young man in grey-stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right a weathered dog. Pet the dog! Conway pets the dog. The dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, humbles tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Conway pulls out a wrinkled dollar bill from his back pocket and puts it in the young man's cup. The young man stops playing, pulls the wet dollar bill out of his whiskey and hands it back to Conway. Oh dear. That was embarrassing. Oops. Ah, hello. So, rumbling, tape, brake, stage, casket, feeder, scarecrow, pendulum, out, boat. Okay. The other side, maintenance record. Something 5 S 1205. Tram 5 S dot 1205. Conway and Shannon pull into the bait shop car parking lot. Yes, always pet the dog. The bait shop is closed. Enter the side door. Conway and Shannon walk around to the side of the building into the workshop. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves, loaded precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room, where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip they're all plugged into, and the TV sets tremble to life. Conway watches the TV sets. A ghostly white wobble flickers along one screen in a rhythmic pattern. Another is just snow. A third, a small security monitor in the middle of the table, is oscillating between different shades of black. Are you off now for how many days now, Paul? Okay. Ask Shannon about Weaver. Conway asked Shannon where she saw Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image on the screen is just black, but it seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly, between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Conway stares directly at the security monitor. The screen is a cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the world shop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He's adrift on black water, travelling swiftly towards a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by those rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Act 1, Scene 6! Marquez farmhouse. There's nothing wrong with playing a game until you stop enjoying it, and then playing something else is actually infinitely more sensible than playing a game even if you're not enjoying it just to get achievements. Well, I've got 30 achievements to get, which involve playing a lot of games for the next month. I don't think I actually have the next AM game. I'm too behind now, I haven't bought them. Did he stop for some reason? Come on, there we go. I'd like to get everyone together for an Overcooked stream. That would be cool. What did I say? The thing that I said to Leaky about if you're not enjoying a game, you should stop playing it. There's no one buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. What are the names on the headstones? Nowatsky, Padilla, I don't know those names. Maybe the people who lived here before. I know when they bought this property it already had a house and everything. Maybe they have some other symbolic meaning. Oh, thank you for the follow, Enigma Gamer. Oh, and look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Should probably sit up. I'm sort of slipped down a little bit. That's the problem with the sofa, it's a bit comfy. So, this is where she was. Yeah, makes sense. This was where Weaver and her parents lived. Took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? Never really had any collateral. Yes, you have a choice when to stop playing. You do. Something to be said for that, I guess. My parents were like that until the company store found a way to get them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for Mum, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it, all tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something. Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about somewhat about using math to translate between Spanish and English. 2 crabs in the basket, you get a cake. I like that plan. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook. Got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Till tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Okay, I guess we aren't the only ones she's been talking to. Oh, that's not something you see every day. That old TV there, right there. Well, that is a damn antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make it in. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, do you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded. The screen is leaking light a bit. Come on, I bet Lizette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. You're 2 up and have no cake? Damn, Paul. You need to fix that. Get baking. I have Jaffa cakes, but I have 0 achievements so far because I went for complete Act 3 and I'm still in Act 1. Not spawn? What? Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been a swamp or anything. Oh, not sponsored. Yes. No, this stream is definitely not sponsored by Jaffa Cake. That would be very cool. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Yeah, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that ought to... Should be seeing something now. You seeing anything? A little bit to the left. Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. Don't go telling my customers to clean off all vacuum tubes with spit. There's not a limit. You just got to have at least 5 games, I think, Olkesh. It says at the top of the thing. It's not competitive, so there's generally not a limit. I think I've got a good couple of dozen not for contests. There. Just got to turn it north, south, and hypnosis. Bloody hell, the band just disappeared and became on the TV. What the bleeding hell is going on? you can do it, Alkesh. Do it for the badge. Oh, I know that feeling, Dad. I've got to go back to something I abandoned, control-wise. Mine's a little less backlog, more bean dive. Bean dive, new games, and a little bit of... Yeah, I stopped playing that one, and I have no idea where this random mysterious collectible is that has no solution. End of Act 1! Woohoo! 2 more acts to go. That only took an hour and 3/4. Do I at least get a bleep bloop? There we go. Limits and demonstrations is apparently chapter 2. Okay. And there's a hairpin in the middle. Excuse me. Oh, I always forget how the controls work, and if they don't tell you, it's really frustrating. And also, if like the walkthrough forgets to tell you the controls, it's like it's the most important bit. They're like, it says it in game, it's got the tutorial. It's like, how many games do I go back to? And I've already done the tutorial, and I don't have the controls, so that's why I've not gone back to The Witcher 2. I mean, among many reasons why. Limits and demonstrations. Wall text. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective. Marketing the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years. This retrospective exhibit of work by pioneering art installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. Lula? Someone said something about Lula earlier. Lula was mentioned earlier. That's why you don't bean dive games. Yeah, I know, that's why you restart games you've bean dive as well, but it's also a case of if you bean dive it and then come back to it, and then so many games that I was playing and then something else came out, and then it's getting back to them, it's tricky. I think I need another tea break though, I'll be back. Oh, that was the wrong control. Sometimes I abandon things in a huff. Also, hey Scruff, I might need your advice for one of these. I've got a Spyro one, and I've got absolutely no idea how hard and or how long into the second game it is. Final Station. I don't think I ever started that. But I enjoy bean dives. Because I like recovering from them. Though, I'm going to start a few games for this, but I also have to finish a few games, so it should even out. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. That's okay. Stuffing your face. Is that a goblin hand or something? Oh, zombie. That's apparently a zombie. The achievement in question is the Flying High achievement. It's Spyro 2, Homeworld 2, Autumn Plains, Icy Speedway. Defeat all the snowmobiles before defeating a hand glider. I've literally just started the first game. I figured I can probably start the second game without any issues, but I have no idea how easy it is to unlock the second homeworld and that sort of thing. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut expeditions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and high-skilled labour involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed over the weights of the logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they described the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of our itinerant home life, and the beginning and the end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience, as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to? Oh, crap. I didn't realise it was going to do that again. Basement Puzzle 2. Artist, Sunset and Horse. It's the second of the 3 homeworlds. Ooh, 10 viewers. It still says 9 for me, so there we go. It's basically moderator, 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 and dopey. I can get to it fairly early in the progression for that bit. It is a lot, considering my average is usually around about 6 or 7. 1 or 2 worlds. Okay, cool. Sounds vaguely doable. Maybe I'll try and schedule a stream of that while you're around, and you can possibly direct me, or I'll fumble around and someone else. If I hoard gems from the first world, I should afford the climb ability pretty easily. Okay, cool. No, there's no rush. There's no rush. I've got all month. No rush at all. Okay, title card. Basement, Puzzle 2. Artist, Sunset and Horse. 1976, plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Oh, hang on. Emily, Bob. Yeah, weird. I guess it's something you can solve. And Ben! Ah. There must be symbols. Artist, sunset, or it's an anagram or like a code. Or it's just a misdirection. Maybe it... oh, God. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That is kind of sad. Interesting. Overdubbed Nam June Pike installation in the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape, playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. How does it work? Ha! I didn't mark Chariot as not for I might have marked Chariot as not for... I don't know whether I did or not. It didn't come up, thank God. I don't think I could have dealt with that. Takes a bit of practice to get back into it, and I ended up giving myself such bad finger cramp, and I split my skin. So yeah. Oh, it's a bunch of old tape, and you just run this tape playback head against it and listen to the recordings, I guess. Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head across the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. Lula, we start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. Oh, a massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. Yes, it was a joyous moment during Extra Life. But just me trying to get to that second exit in that hive level was not good. I mean, I was doing really, really well, and then I hit the wrong... No, I cramped and my finger split, and I let go of the trigger and dropped. Yeah. I don't hate the game. I will go back to it. I just wasn't prepared for that level, and I was hoping it would not set me back so far. It's also kind of frustrating when Jessie does it so easily, because it just makes me feel stupid. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Examine cards. Bob moves the playhead to another strip of tape. Encoded in the holes punched through these cards is the first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punch cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version was pretty underwhelming. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Activate computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note Caves. The other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. I am standing in a hallway. The walls are a blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Usually these walls would be papered with flyers, announcing new student clubs looking for roommates selling old textbooks. But now they're blank. Seems like it skips around a bit. Donald is here, scribbling on a scrap of graph paper. Joseph is here. He can hear me talking into this tape recorder. You sound like an anthropologist, Lula. An anthropologist? An entomologist! To lean on Joseph's shoulder, rotate 70 degrees and advance 11 inches. To take Donald's hand, rotate 270 degrees and advance 2 inches. That's just creepy. They're both creepy. This is the beginning of the tape. I'm at home, alone. Joseph just left. We had an argument, but it'll work out. Wow, this is kind of personal. What time period do you think this clip is from? The title card says 1965, 1973, 1980, so this is the beginning. I guess that's 65, and the first one we had was 1973, then the middle. I usually start here, in my home, whenever I'm sketching out a new piece. I start by just looking around. Ha! Only for contests! That's the wrong way around. It should be a bloody tick box, not an ownership status, because it's frustrating to have to change it from, like, you know, owned, borrowed, Game Pass, etc. to not for contests, and then remember where on earth the game is, you know. My closet door is open and I see a few sweaters and a dress I like. To go downstairs, rotate 11 degrees and advance 4 inches. Do you think about dresses, rotate 150 degrees and advance 15 inches. I've stopped halfway down and I'm sitting on the staircase. The tape recorder is on the carpeted step next to me. I'm leaning against the wall, holding a glass of wine, looking at some framed photographs on the wall. To fall asleep, rotate 235 degrees left and advance 20 inches. To look at a photo of a national park, rotate 17 degrees and advance 6 inches. Fall asleep. I fell asleep for a moment. I had a dream about a cave. I'm with Joseph and Donald. We're walking somewhere, looking for a cave. We're on a dirt trail in the park, or well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail! It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. Ha! Enter the cave. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. The final resting place! Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow. And then, who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students, and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use these tumblers to store extra pens on my desk. So I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. Hey, go back a bit. Maybe we missed something. Really? We've gone so far. Is there anything else we can do here? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work, our research! You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the zero. You'll be lost forever! But we need your voice for the machine, Lula. It only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Oh. Visage, 1984, unknown media. What is it made of? It's a mystery. Looks like ribbon, bandages. Oh, have you seen the Invisible Man? It's... Oh, hang on, that was the wrong voice. It's a mystery. Looks like ribbon, bandages. Oh, have you seen the Invisible Man? It's a... Slice of visage to build a visage, a puzzle to its owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. I think it's lovely. Spinning coins suspended, correcting. For angular motion, 1976. Found materials. It feels so strangely alive. Yeah, like it's about to fall over. I mean, the whole thing's about to fall over. Yeah, kind of anxious, right? I feel like we startled it, and now there's this uncomfortable pause. I feel really drawn to it, but it just makes me nervous. I'm leaving the TV to last because TV. Vertex texture fetch, tree, television, suspended cathode ray tube. Found in 1968. Time, found materials. Picture on the TV. What is that? Is that lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Yeah, this show is exhausting. Limits and demonstrations. Complete limits and demonstrations. Oh, hello. Attention, Lulu Chamberlain, read your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process involves a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carrie Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trutz for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Ah, your obedient servant, Robert. Lulu folds up the letter and puts it in her handbag. Ooh, proposals. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal 1, site, hospital. Proposed use, auto dealership. Proposal 2, site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Proposal 3, site, basketball court. Proposed use, kennel. Proposal 1, hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. I'm opposed. Gross. Proposal 2, site, distillery. Proposed use, graveyard. Oh, right. Proposal 2. Proposal 2, distillery still active but scaling down operation to less than half site. Distillery built on top of graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel once repurposed into bottling facility could be repurposed into chapel. That sounds terrible. Yes, and we will all help you. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain, so... did you get my note? About the proposals? I've just finished them. Oh, great. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Act 2, Scene 1. I feel like I'm going backwards in this thing. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Now I feel like I'm in Control or a Terry Pratchett novel or... Get a good rest in the truck. Yeah, I know you love a drive. The wind in your ears. Yeah, I saw you back there, Blue. End of the line. Maybe it's still under construction. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. Okay. Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, looks like it's still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in Cathedral. Which is weird, but... Do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Ha! Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something else. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. Ah, you're lost, so you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, but you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What is this place? Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? No. We're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that, one of the map clerks. But first we've got to get you in the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts this afternoon and wanders out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? What? Television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest, the scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. Television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. The shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. The television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It's crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In absence of sight, passengers' sense of motion is greatly enhanced. Passengers should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. I never. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations: a hallway, a disused photograph, a stairway, a mailbox. They weren't there before. The television is playing a silent video of an empty theatre. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dimmed. The speakers hum impatiently. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. She knows where the 0 is! The elevator is just left there. 5th floor. Three books are piled on the table: a service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Please tell me we got those in our ephemera thing. No. Oh, Bureau of Secret Tourism. Historic excursions for the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Space. River tunnels. These tunnels are a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river, which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled vessels of marooned echoes. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn around again and you're almost upon it. To return, simply find the feather again and turn around. The Dymaxion Gallery. A gallery of mislaid futures abandoned on lonely highways as American industrial design shifted its gaze to the intangible. Drive counterclockwise towards the TV. When you reach the TV, drive clockwise to the antenna. Now turn around again and head just past the barn. To return to the bureau, find the TV again and turn around. These mineral springs radiate with vigor and sweet youth from the pores of the cave walls, its sweet dampness evaporating and then recollecting on the ruddy faces of rejuvenated bathers. Aww! Bork, bork, bork! Bless Milo! Drive clockwise to the feather, then come back to the talon. Turn again and there you are. To return to the bureau, find the feather and again turn around. Ooh, meditation tunnels. It is recommended as a site for meditation, an introspective labyrinth through which to walk one's concerns, slowly like a breathing exercise. Drive clockwise to the scarecrow, then turn around and head counterclockwise until you reach the pendulum. Reverse direction once more, keep driving clockwise and you can't miss it. To return, find the scarecrow again, turn around, and before long you'll be back at the bureau. The deep valley, the site of an epic laceration to the very heart of the world, certainly left by some great power, perhaps a casualty in a battle between god and dinosaur. Drive counterclockwise to the bottle, turn around, drive clockwise to the still, turn around, you're nearly on top of it. To return, find the bottle again, turn around and head back. Happy hitchhiking. Ooh, and there's a phone number! Cool. That's a useful thing to have. Random directions, but sure. Bork, bork. Oh, that's way too hot. Don't put that in your mouth, Joe. How was work today, Scruff? It won't let me get in the elevator. Oh. Ah, okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She's on the 5th floor, right? Okay, we're going to the bears. 3rd floor bears. There are actually just bears. But I can't have a conversation with the bears. Yeah. It is indeed. Fifth floor. Ow, that sucks. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles of the plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk. Oh, no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Let's have a nosy on the other ones. Now, that bloody sucks. Okay, her office is down on the first floor. But I'm going to visit all the other floors on the way. Well, also actually need you promoted because you've been promised it for so long now. You've been talking about it for months. Ooh. Yeah. Plus it'll be safer for you, I think. Don't mind me just wandering around in your meeting. Good. Hello, are you lost? We're looking for Lulu Chamberlain. Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first, so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Ingestion card? Oh no, ingestion card? Oh, that's okay. Just go to Clerk Bohm first and I'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help. Howdy. Here for an ingestion card? No problem. He just threw some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out, but I know there are some back in the archive. You have to put in a special request with Clerk Macmillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there, by the file cabinets. Okay. I know. This is why I'm sort of doing it because it's really annoyingly, ridiculously painful. To be fair, everyone who's working in any kind of essential position that has been fobbed off as a non-skilled worker for years and years and years deserves a pay rise. Documents request. One ingestion card, please. Happy to help. Please just put your requisition form in the inbox and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Requisition form? Yes, you don't have one? Shouldn't be a problem. They're quite easy to fill out. Just ask Clerk Metzstein and she'll get you sorted. This is basically trying to get anything done with council stuff. Requisition form? No problem. I'll just need your ingestion card and mark it outgoing in my logbook. We're done here. Can you point it to Lula? Oh yeah, sure. That's her in the cardigan. Exactly! I mean, I already appreciated everyone that does that sort of thing because, you know, it's so many hours on your feet and dealing with people. Ugh. You know, I have much respect for everyone that has to deal with people. I have issues dealing with people. Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth. Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive, that's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? This was years ago. Grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. Yeah, I bet you are. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? My cousin Weaver sent us this way. Your cousin Weaver? Weaver Marquez? I hadn't expected to hear from her again. What does that mean? We used to exchange short emails, just those terse descriptions of things we saw throughout the day. It was a sort of joke between us, but they stopped. I assumed she'd found something better to do with her time. I hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I had recommended she go see some old friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic surveying venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic research project. You know the type. Grey-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. Well, that is. I guess she sent you here because she respected me. Thought I could help. Weaver's a dear girl, but I'm afraid you've all been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one. No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've all renamed all the streets, you see, too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. Yeah. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Everyone needs to get hazard pay and pay rises and bonuses. Permanent pay rises. But also hazard pay. It's not like they have a choice, really. You know. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on, but one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so you might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in archives and records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under O for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Let's try 4 then. I mean, it's like gold dust now, apparently. Paul, but... Oh, damn it. But it's not really much of a... And they need a pay rise while this pandemic is on, as well as a bonus once it's over. Hazard pay. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most are pages of lists of titles, names, and dates. Yeah, you should get extra on that. Note in logbook. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive driving, brakes, etc., but air quality is not because it relates to health, safety, and pollution, etc. Yeah, the good shit. Note in logbook. Failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63 but not present. Logbook check-in. Failing antique shops. Monday 3 p.m. Signed. Signee Ed Bohm. Several documents relating to sporting competitions venues were quickly checked out and back in again over a period of days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys and parking lots. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labelled and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. Couldn't find anything with an O, G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. I assumed it was something like department manager. Duty manager, yes. That's kind of what I want someone to interpret it at when I say DM me. I wouldn't mind getting some Dungeons and Dragons type game going on during this time. I'm doing a one of those choose your own adventure things with my friend Daisy over Discord. We had the camera up and we managed the first 2 chapters. It's really fun. Yes, yeah. Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, a whole bunch of us are looking at getting a group thingy for that because people have been talking about playing stuff on Tabletop Simulator. My friend Michael, who designs games, is doing some stuff for Tabletop Simulator. I mostly just want to not be doing the same things over and over and over again. But also we played Code Words over Discord. Someone's done like an online integration. It was really fun. I don't know if anyone's played Code Words before, but it'd be cool to get like maybe a group game going or something. Yeah, Doc Martens destroyed the back of my feet. I don't know what Soliver's are, but my shoes are Echo because they don't destroy the back of my feet. I'm picky with shoes because my feet are crappy. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, you must still be in transit. You see, we've only just moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? Then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records I expect at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analysed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighbourhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Okay, right. I'm going driving again. This is basically a game about a truck driver that goes on a lot of different wild goose chases to try and find a delivery address. get what you need. Be straight with me. What is this place? Just another office, lady. Just another job. But you kicked out a congregation to set up your office? I wasn't here for that, but yes, I get where you're coming from. Still, I wouldn't judge until I'd seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set it up for them out of some of their old storage space. I'm sure it's very nice. Go see it for yourself. Just get back on the Zero. We're already on the Zero then. And drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. So we're already on the Zero. If we're on the Zero, then shouldn't we just go and... I'm very confused. It's time to go. I also have a headache. Find the crystal, then turn around. There's also various things. There's something about a feather, TV, feather, scarecrow, bottle. There's a phone number, but we don't have a phone. Jaws. Bat wings. Cactus. The lightning bolts. The sandwich. The icosahedron. The cathode ray. We're in Tron! The bottle. Clockwise to the still. Valley. What the brochure calls an epic laceration to the very heart of the world, certainly left by some great power, perhaps a casualty in a battle between god and dinosaur. It's more of a rocky valley separating the road from a sheer cliff face. It's difficult to see how deep it runs as the rock slopes into shadow, but the few dozen lanterns strung across at an interval suggest its scale, larger than a basketball court but smaller than a financial district. Turn, find the bottle again, turn around and head back. Hey, you're looking kind of tired there. I want me to take the road for a bit. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Self-storage. Okay. Apparently that just gets us to the next bit. Fair enough. Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church. Is that it? Over there? Don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's go see what the janitor knows, I guess. Oh, half the night mass. What kind of mass is it? Tonight it's a homily on work and need. I haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher? Oh, I'm the janitor. I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their centre of gravity. And just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist, and I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now we have to find some bureau documents. Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to Unit C35. 315, to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building. Same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Oh, the mind. God. I don't know if I can play that game again. We did so well. But maybe we could. I better get this running. Brandon puts his play on an old tape machine. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labour and celebrate the piety of the hard-working, through feast or abstinence, recognizing St. Joseph the worker, who was foster father to our Lord Jesus and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat, and this is one such day. Me too. On this day we celebrate with the feast of St. Joseph the worker, and on this day other workers are also celebrating, workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it, even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church, insomuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown they call the fruits of their labour very good. Beyond the church, this day is celebrated in remembrance of a violent protest in Chicago, and to honour the 4 martyrs who were unjustly persecuted in its wake, having not only pursued their vocations in their daily labour, but also having pursued their avocation in the form of protest, activism, community building, radicalisation, scholarship, and finally martyrdom. Their and our avocation being, as it should be for us all, as members of the church or otherwise, to secure for our fellow workers the right to labour with dignity. So, just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right, and these images are some differentiated and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an after-image of divine light, only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes. Is the deed ever really done, for heaven and the future's sake? Okay, that's it. Next there's some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think. And I don't remember them anyway. Hi, got it. Got what? What? I found what we came here to get. The files on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out. Then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. But yes, we should definitely set up some TTS stuff. I mean, if you're interested in like I like it stuff. What the hell? Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Oh, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. Did we do this bit already? There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, listen to me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old man for a moment. The old man where we met. I'm okay. Oh shit, we're going to see that doctor. She hands Brandon the doctor's cards. How do we get to this address from here? Oh, I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. Bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. Okay, but I kind of want to find the other ones of these. So, feather, TV, again, scarecrow. Until I reach the feather. Staircase. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Okay. I will listen. Yes. Don't think I paused enough for the birdhouse. Tentatively, yes. I think I screwed up with the feather. Well, the only thing is that I remember when I was doing the relic thing, there were some issues with some people not getting the things that I dropped, and then you have to be really careful with, like, saving and stuff. So I'm only tentatively saying because I should have them, but they may have gotten lost. Not because I want to, you know, charge you anything of any type. So there's no cost beyond, you may have to wait till the weekend. And then I have to switch on my Xbox 360 and then wait for it to stop download. What is going on with this? Look, all I wanted to do was find the feather on the birdhouse. Counterclockwise to TV. I'll try that one. Right, counterclockwise. Right, clockwise to the antennae. That's cool. Yeah, I should have them, and that's not a problem. Of course, I'll help. I'm just sort of a heads up. Some of them may have gone walkabouts, and also I have absolutely no idea which save file they're on. I have a few. Yeah, of course there's a chance. I mean, it's not so much a chance. There's a definite thing. Yes, I will definitely give you them. That we have to do it in the way that I don't lose them, because then I've got them for other people. Because I don't mind doing relic handouts. It's just now I get all the other things. Now I want the bloody antenna. Maybe I just have to go back to the bureau or something first. And, I mean, you may have to post a cute photo of Milo in the Discord. I mean, that's hardly an onerous price. Cute picture of Milo. I think we all need cute pictures for during this, you know, ridiculously time. I mean, I prefer cats, but cute doggos is, you know, at a pinch. But yeah, that would be my only price would ever be just some cute pictures. A Game Pass quest broken again? I don't know. I mean, I'm still pissed off that I couldn't get that in Django 1 because I'd already completed the game, so... Need to get to the Interstate 65. Lulu filed your papers, so you're in the system now. I can process you when you're ready to go back. Just let me know. Okay, but we've got to do a few more things first. Ew, leaking tuna can. Yeah, I don't want leaking tuna cans. I don't know, because I never did those quests. This one I'm trying to get my 1,000 points, and I'm 3 monthly ones away from it, so I'm hoping that there's 3 monthly ones I can do. But, as in, they just came out today and they're valid for a week. I can look at them later. I just need to load up a Game Pass game before... Leaky, are you still around? Or did you fall asleep again? What was I doing? Oh, We'll tool them around. No, I'm not doing pub quiz. Don't do pub quizzes because they always make me feel stupid. And you had to think of questions, and I don't do questions. The daily Game Pass game is booked again. Yeah, it was booked yesterday. It's really irritating, but I should be okay as long as I can get the login one. What are my weeklies? 4 daily quests. Sea of Thieves. Descenders. That's not all of them, is it? Earn an achievement in Game Pass, and 3 achievements or play 3 different Game Pass games. That one's easy to do. And I've got one in the hospital game that I'm nearly there. And that should get me my 1000G! Woo! Not 1000G, but yeah. You've successfully filled the Discord with doggo pictures. Okay. I'm hoping we get to visit the bears at some point. And yes, while you've got time off, Ross, we should definitely do, where's Lulu? We should definitely do some more Division. It's not registering any Game Pass games you play. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's really frustrating. Maybe she's on the Barcodes and Records level? But also, hi Magical Child. Or maybe the dude upstairs knows where she is. Yeah, I thought it was just because... So sometimes it depends on which side of midnight you do it. I find sometimes if I happen to do it... I don't know when the timer resets. So it may be that if I load up one today, it'll work. It's like it seems to be, you know, fairly, you know, hit and miss as to whether it's going to work or not. I'll try it after this. Or I'll probably forget and then do it in the morning. Basically, I think I'm like 4 or 5 dailies and 3 monthlies from getting no, weeklies from getting the monthly one. Excuse me. Let's try the lobby. Maybe we have to go see the doctor first. Oh, that is so true. Everyone's like, don't touch your face, and I'm like, but I have to touch my face. Posting stuff in the Discord. The die is cast. Oh, let's have a quick look. So who's got pink walls? The Last Door Season 2, Vanquish, Star Wars The Complete Saga, which one is that? Finish Episode 3, that's not too bad. Bayonetta, ooh, Katamari. You've got the Sexy Brutale, Kesh! Oh, that is the best game. Oh, you've also got Beholder. But you've got an easier one. Ooh, Ooh, Flipping Death, that was good. You've got some good games in here, Ulkesh. Sadly not Overcooked. Never mind. You've got a Rock Band one. Big in Japan. Though that may be doable. I haven't played that game. Change my mind in Talos. That, yeah. Jesse and I need to finish the walkthrough for that one, I guess. A lot of them are seems to be sort of similar to mine. It's like end game achievements. But yeah, no, Sexy Brutal is an epically awesome game. Very jealous you get to play that one. I mean, obviously I can play that one again, but I yeah. Alright. Doggo. Aww. Did you pose the doggo with a shot glass? Oh, it's a trifle pot. Okay, fair enough. I mean, how many games ready to be processed? Going to see Dr. Truman. Sorry, I'm not reading it anymore. I'm just a bit tired. Bowling Green. Yeah, 65 southwest. Take a right past the observatory. Just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Okay. So we'll go see the doctor first. Right, so we somehow got there from the farmhouse. I'm not quite sure. "65 southwest, a right just past the observatory." Continue north, you'll be there shortly. There we go. The neighbourhood at the address on Ludo's card has been demolished, and its place as a large museum, still partially under construction. Okay. Another museum. They are cute doggos. I mean, they'd be cuter if they were cats, but they're cute doggos. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. Definitely work from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business, doesn't affect me. I've got my generator, but you know, some of those folks around here were unprepared. Totally unprepared. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. God, he was a weirdo. What did he say? Small talk, you know? Like you talk to your buddies or something. Like you talk to a dog worker. Just like, damn, there's a lot of rain. I haven't seen rain like this since that storm a couple of years back. Took out Lizette's herb garden. I just feel bad for that old dog getting dragged over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere, but that's lousy for you. sit still all morning. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. He had his umbrella open inside. What are you doing? What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman. He was already gone, but they didn't know, so they kept looking around. I was playing that empty cabin when they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. Who's Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. It took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. What did he find in the cabin? He went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better when he was downstairs. He could tell how it was all put together in the cabin too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a secret door in the floor. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. It was so long his arms got very tired and he fell in the dark. No, the walls were covered in a glowing moss. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. He was a good swimmer, so he found his way back to the cabin. So then he came back out of the cabin and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. Looks like Weaver's cabin. This is very weird game. We ought to get some of those real chickens in that coop, do some homesteading. None of those folks know how to live up the land. Do you know what I mean? Sure, we'll look into it. The moment I recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point. She stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one finger along the wires of the birdcage, marking out a tuneless scale, like a child's xylophone. Leaning on the wire for the mic. And then they moved on. Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyhow, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told him. some real horses in the stable. Did the strangers go in the stable? No, they just poked around a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring. That dog was in nearly as bad a shape as the old man. It's just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer them up a bit. Get out! Temperature folks have on display. Ha! Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. I guess they must have gone through some papers in here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diana's such a stickler. She's real organised, I mean. Folders were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. The list of all the homes we relocated here. A list of original residences before we levelled the neighbourhood. I guess they were looking for one of the old residents. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed that back out of order, so I guess they didn't find what they were looking for. Hey, while I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like, I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. Yeah, I get that. Just about that roof, you just write us a cheque and we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. Do you know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him walking on his boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. Then I saw the stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so I just talked to them on the porch for a bit. What did you talk about? Oh, we talked a bit about the neighbourhood. I told them about Hudson and his sailboat and the nice young couple in the greenhouse, and the charming Dr. Truman who used to live here. They were very interested in him, but of course, well, I don't know where he went. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know that the older man had even seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is? I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like the last one... would have come out, but you know, shady characters. What did you talk about? They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them all I want to know about that, which is not very much. What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them he moved here with the rest of us folks when he brought up the neighbourhood, and then one day his house was gone. So I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I heard them banging around out there and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. Just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them to tell you the truth. Get out now. Probably try and figure out how to get out of this place and then maybe call it. Why will you not let me leave? Oh, I'm waiting for Blue. Working in the greenhouse, and I saw them come up in the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. That's a big bird. Yeah, of course, I saw them looking at the rod-shaped building. The, short map of this one. Yeah, that's one. The House of the Future sort of thing. I always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess this was romantic. Anyway, they seemed interested in it. Tired, huddling into their umbrellas, but they still stopped to examine the strange building. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that, but I was awake and alert from this week's forecast. Should even out shortly, I'd say. Talk to them. Yeah, we had a short conversation. One woman heard my radio cracking from the cabin and she asked about it. The old man was a bit disoriented. she wants to know about your ring. She thought she recognised the model from the noise it was making and having made the model herself. She told me many old radios from the period of bad design tuning circuits. There was a kind of resonant feedback in certain spots on the dial. She took the cat. Smart young woman, and I love to chat with her. Well then, they had to leave because the doctor and the old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. An eagle in the background. Flora's playing down in the lower level and we've been having a glass of wine between us. I ducked out to the wheel and came in. After all, they were complete strangers. You didn't know them? Well, I heard the young woman ask a friend about his job. He's some kind of furniture collector or dealer, I think. It didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they were here looking for a buyer. Yes, definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I was talking about antiques. Truck is that? Isn't it? Do you know where Dr. Tree lives? Yes, ma'am, he's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Boats just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares, so we take them out to the forest to sleep and then bring them back in the morning. Dear, it's like we're looking for Dr. Tree until now. Can you tell us how to get there? You have to follow the Green River way out east and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go down. But me and Julian can take you. We're just about to go anyway. I've just got to call him over. Julian is the eagle! Eagle! I'm so very confused. Tiny grey figure walks along the side of the road carrying what appears to be a guitar case. Followed closely by a small shape, a duck. He looks tired. I realise there's a compass on this map as well, which helps. Whoa, a shadowy figure drags us out of the lake, stiffs his limbs into a smart blue suit and trudges slackly out of view. Looks like it could be a forest up there. Act 2, Scene 5. A forest. It's okay, just take it easy. Let's get back on the road. We will. We got picked up by a giant eagle and flown to a forest to find a doctor. We will, but we need to get this leg looked at first. Right now you're in no condition to want anything out of that truck. Even when we do find dog would drive. Why is this delivery so important to you? It's my last delivery. Oh, you're retiring or something, or... Sorry. This set's closing up the shop. That's a... damn. How'd you come to be with these people? I'm like you, I'll still be wild. Shouldn't be much further now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there. These are some fine looking trees. Ah, yeah, really nice. You a tree enthusiast? Like birds like trees. Okay, I can follow that logic. You're in a lot of pain right now, aren't you? I just need to rest. We're almost there. Dr. Truman will have a nice couch or something you can rest on, and some medicine or something, I don't know. Have you been over to the lake? I went there once with my folks. Got in trouble for swimming too far. Do you have any family you're close with, brother or sister, kids? I have a brother, but I wouldn't say we're close. What does he do? Kind of banker, kind of a jerk sometimes. Yeah, I know the type. Ever talk to him? He's too good for me? It's too good for me, I guess. I doubt that. I guess I was always closest to a Reaver, as close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always in her own wavelengths, but we were the same age growing up and everything else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely with someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. But we're falling behind, don't you? Don't be sad about it. They always wait for you. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in? Sure, I'll come in. Dr. Truman lets me watch TV sometimes. My folks never watch TV, but I like the way it looks. You said you lost track of your family earlier? Yeah, it's easy to get lost, especially out in the woods like this. I never really get lost though, I just look out for Julian. He's always around. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses. They made them worry all the time, then the bank took it back. I had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far and never got lost, but when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. Well, I hope you look for them. Yeah, okay, maybe we can all go looking again later tonight. Let's go see what's on TV. I'll try and get to the end of the act, if I can. And, yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I finally realised how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something, or, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother or my best friend in high school, destroy his wrist building synthesizers, I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of unedited. It's not so bad. So, how about that leg? What happened exactly? My leg was crushed by falling rocks. Ah, crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed and a lot of little pieces to, What? Never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right? What are they singing about? What are they singing about? Ah. They're singing about going home. Yeah, they're singing about their home because they're lost, right? No, it's a scary song. It's not scary, it's hopeful. Dr. Truman's going to help your friend. He'll be okay. But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So, the anaesthetic we'll use is called unedited. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is, I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the unedited takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, let's talk about billing. Pharmaceutical company contracted buildings recently acquired by an energy company. There's some different standards of billing and revenue. It's which a bit complicated. Three screens suddenly went black. End of Act 2. Perfect timing. So, okay, so we can replay stuff, but I'm just going to... Okay, I'm just gonna quit out of the game. So, oof, get stuck. Okay, so that was Act 1 and 2 of Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. Thank you to Leaky and Anonymous for funding this game. This was also game 1 of the CRAB challenge, the something, lots of achievements on TA. So we have one more act to get the achievement for that, so we may pick this one up again next stream. We might do something else, it depends. I'll probably be back tomorrow, we'll see what's going on, but I'll definitely be back on Thursday. I plan to stream as many of these games as I can. But for now, thank you so much everyone for watching. I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK, and I will see you very soon. Bye!